All right. All the people talking about how do I build a ship? What do I need for a ship? Can you show me a ship? I need a ship. It's very simple. Follow two rules. Rule one, you should always have multiple doors to the captain's quarters, so that way it's harder for boarders. Rule two, don't build a fucking ship with a reactor that's exposed. You do those two things, your ship is going to be better than the starting Grumpy, or most ships that people design in the first place. All right, starting ship. You don't need anything for this. Default chassis. Default crew quarters. Two of these guys. The way in. Decks. Let's do a deck here all the way across. And then you need your captain's quarters. That guy can go right there. Cannons. Let's get some cannons on here. I'm doing 2 in the front and 1 in the back. I'll explain that in a second. There's your bridge. Other essentials. You need a reactor. Starting reactor goes right there. And what's wrong? Overhang. I need a support for that. All right, you have a perfect ship now. Press T to go to the doors. This is 1, 2, 3 doors to captain's quarters, regardless if you go from the ladder or from the top if somebody jumps on top of your ship and boards you. This means that they can't just easily get in with one bomb to your captain's quarters. They're going to have to go through multiple doors, which means you're going to have multiple respawns to try and defend. If you've got a shotgun, this is a chance to just one-tap somebody and stop the board, repair your hatches or your doors, and reset completely. Cannons up front, 2. Cannons in back, 1. On solo, you don't need more than this. If you have more than this, you're probably wasting weight or time or just risking too much. On the back, you're probably going to want an 80. On the front, you're going to want an 80 and a 40. Until they fix the bug where you can box reload and reload faster, a Rusty can't actually kill somebody repairing a reactor. They can out-repair your damage with a Rusty 80. So you need a 40 to be able to deal with it. This is assuming that they fix the bug or it's not an intended game mechanic, which I don't see why it would be. But once they fix that, this is why that you design this way. You have a 40, an 80, and then an 80 on the back. With this, if somebody's chasing you, you can shoot their legs with an 80. If you're chasing somebody else, you can shoot their legs with an 80. And if you get up close and you're front to front, you can shoot them with a 40 on their reactor and then just kill them really fast because a 40 is more DPS than an 80. These up front, these have 2,000 HP each. Assuming somebody's engaging you from like the 10 o'clock position, so over here, and you point yourself in that direction, which you should be optimizing for, they have to go through 4,000 HP on these two front cabins, but potentially just 2,000 depending on positioning, before they can start damaging your reactor. Not to mention, because your reactor is not up high and exposed, even if they're shooting through these and they've blown completely through them, so they're able to shoot through them, it's going to be harder to see, so it's just a harder target in general to hit, and they're more likely to miss. You don't lose your ship until your reactor is gone or your captain's compartment is claimed. If neither of those happens, you're still in the fight, and you're still able to potentially turn things around. So having a occluded and obstructed reactor and having a captain's quarters that's hard to claim by having more doors before you get to the point is ideal. Also, probably should have some cargo storage right here. Why is this deck over the top of this? Well, it's because you can easily parkour without, if you have nothing over the top of your entrance area right here, you can easily just jump right on top of this entrance area. So you need a deck overhanging it. Anything works, but cargo, a deck with a railing, anything helps because this makes the parkour trick go from something you can do 100% of the time to like 3% of the time if you have a deck that's blocking it. And that's literally all you need. With this ship, which is 365 scrap, I believe the default Grumpy is like 290. So this is only running you 60 scrap over a default Grumpy. But this is going to give you a like 10 times success rate over a default Grumpy. Compared to if you're running a default Grumpy versus another default Grumpy. Like this is all you need to be successful. It's really easy to just grab a rod, jump down, throw it in the reactor, and climb back up a ladder and get back to shooting on this ship. It's easy to hop off helm and get to your 40 or 80 up front You want them in general solos. You want to in close proximity to your helm. The further you have to go from helm to cannons means every time you have to make a movement to adjust, like you're turning too far, or you have to reload. These are things that just interrupt your time, and having less foot travel between those maneuvers and attacks just means you're going to be more successful. A lot of people I've seen even lose fights because they've got the big fuck off huge armored helm, and then they have to go through 2 doors to get to their cannons, and then they turn too far, so they have to run back to their helm, going through 2 more doors to make an adjustment. Meanwhile, somebody on a 40 has shot them with like 3 salvos between those 2 maneuvers that they haven't even gotten to reload their 80 off of. It's bad. On solo, you don't really need anything hyper secure in terms of helm or anything. It's going to be in general more of an obstruction, because if you're at a position where you need security to deal with boarders, they're probably already on your ship, and if they're not blasting in through your hatches, they're just going to be using a 40 and spraying down compartments to like break holes and then breach in that way. The security doesn't really matter. It's more about positioning, hitting legs, putting somebody in a vulnerable position, and then stopping them, right? If somebody runs to board you and you know they're here, you can hold F on top of the hatch, keep the hatch open, and when they blow in the door, just shotgun them from above. You can look from usually the railing here and shoot somebody on the ladder. There's a million ways to handle it, and this is all you need to have a successful time compared to a grumpy.